It was hard to really get to this week's workout. I actually had started editing one and started editing another one, and it just still wasn't sitting right in my spirit. And so I decided to just go take a walk and just really kind of get prayerful about what we needed to talk about today. And it occurred to me, this is actually Monday night, around 9:30 California time. And tomorrow, Tuesday, which is the day you will be seeing this on Tuesdays with TeeJ, is October 1st. And it hit me that, in addition to it being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October 1st is also, the month of October rather, is also Domestic Violence Month. And something resonated with me when I remembered that, and I realized that, I have a lot of new followers as a result of appearances I've done. And they hear me talk about the reality TV coach side of TeeJ, but I'm not sure if they're aware of the resilience aspect of who TeeJ is. And yes, I'm speaking to myself in the third person. So yesterday, as I was thinking yesterday, actually a few weeks ago, I was asked by a friend, do I have haters? And I was recounting this conversation to one of my oldest friends, Pandora, yesterday. And I was telling her about someone asked me, do I have haters? And I said, I'm sure I do, but I really don't give it much thought. I'm too busy listening to my cheerleaders. And so I told Pan that, and also feel like if you're going to be a hater, you need to hate on the whole journey. Don't look at what's happening to TeeJ now. And there's been amazing things happening. But those amazing things were birthed out of a lot of a journey of pain. And so, and then I thought about, I was having a conversation with my friend and my book editor, T. Faye. And this was a couple of days ago, and she and I were talking about, when we were going through birthing, the book 40 Days to 40, which, by the way, has been downloaded over 9,000 times on Amazon. Can y'all believe that? I can't. So, wow, and it's on 6 continents. I'm sorry, it's on 6 continents. That's unbelievable. So when I think of those spectacular things, we were talking about when we were birthing the book. Before I sent her the draft, I told her that I was still writing chapter 17. And chapter 17 is the chapter on my experience with domestic violence. And I told her, I'm having a hard time getting through it, but, I'll get through it. So then I submitted the whole book to her. And she then said to me, T, I've edited all the other 39 chapters. But this chapter 17 is kicking my butt. And so, in kicking off Domestic Violence Month, didn't think I would be crying this soon. If you're going to hate on me, of all the things that's happening to me now, you got to know the whole journey of what I've lived through. And I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I share this experience when I do speak in live, and this is actually the first time I'm recording it, but I want to take you back to October of 2009. And, I'm a TV editor, and so we do work very long hours, and I had worked a really long day that day. And so all I could really focus on was getting to my bed, putting on my favorite pajamas, and just getting to bed. And I had come home. It was kind of cold, so I decided I was going to put on my favorite pajamas to wear during, at the fall transition. And they were some Victoria's Secret pajamas. They were multicolored plaid flannel, and I had put on my favorite pajamas, and I was looking forward to getting into bed. And 15 minutes later, I found myself pinned up against a wall. In fact, this wall, it was white then. And I was pinned up against this wall with my husband's hands wrapped around my throat. And that wasn't the first time. It was so many times I can't even count. And prior to that, I could, it's hard to describe if you've not lived in a situation. And, a lot of people don't believe that while I was holding it down in Hollywood, I was being held down in my own home. And so as I'm, gasping for breath, and with my husband choking the life out of me, I could tell this time was different. I could see that he had really left his body. He couldn't see that he was actually killing me. And all I could think about was my mother. Because the thing was, she didn't know. No one knew. And you know how things just happen so fast. And I just remember asking and doing the only thing I could think, and that was to pray. And I just began to ask God, Lord, you can't let me die like this. You can't, because my mom would never forgive herself. I know her. She would have been trying to figure out what went wrong, what signs did she miss, what could she have done. And so I just knew, I was like, Lord, you cannot let me die at the hands of this man and let my mother find out. You can't do that to her. And that's sad, because I wasn't praying even for myself. I was praying for her. And no sooner than I finished saying those words, my ex-husband let me go. Just like that. And I just told God, I know I'm out of here. I can't let my family find out like this. I can't die like this and have my family know that this is what I've been living through. And I resolved that at the first window that I got, I was leaving, and I wasn't looking back. And so I would go to work and stay until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, which that wasn't abnormal, but I wanted to stay at work, so that he would be asleep by the time I got home. And then in the mornings, I would pretend that I was still asleep until he left, so I could plan an exit strategy. Because the thing was, this was my house that I bought when I was 25 years old. So I was having that grieving process of actually, I gotta leave my house. I'm not doing this, And so I had to have about 2 weeks, because I knew me leaving also required me to pay the mortgage on this house and the apartment or wherever I was going to end up staying. So I needed some time. But baby, when I left, I left. That was it. I was done. And for 2 years, I didn't step foot into my own house. And that was still while paying the mortgage and paying, other bills in a house that I wasn't even living in. But here's the thing. My ex-husband forgot. I forgot that I had what I have trademarked as a resilience muscle. And I went into overdrive strengthening that thing. And here's the thing. I also had started taking on, and when I started trying to process what happened, how did I lose myself? Because I didn't grow up like this. And for me, I coined the phrase, I educated my way into denial, because here I'm a Howard educated, Howard educated, highly successful woman. How could this be happening to me? This can't be possible. This has to be something else. This can't be a domestic abusive situation, because I'm too smart for that. And so I truly had educated my way into denial for many years. And I realized that what I had done was I had taken my ex-husband's description of me and had forgotten God's definition of me. My husband described me as his cold-hearted bee, but God defined me as fearfully and wonderfully made in his image. And once I started having that paradigm shift, things just started coming to me, and my light started coming back. So when you when you read my tagline, I ain't dimming my light for nobody no more, that's where it come from. Because for 3 years, the abuse started the verbal abuse started early, but it was the physical abuse that kicked in 2006 after we lost our daughter. But I realized that I had let him dim my light to the point the TeeJ that you guys see now is not who I was during that time. And I didn't realize how much I had lost myself. And it got to the point where my friends would see me and they're like, TeeJ, you're glowing. TeeJ, your light is so bright. We can just see it on you. And I made the commitment, I'm never going back to that place. Never. It took me a long time to get to where I am today. And so much so, I'm just happy being happy. I was walking in Target the other day and I just wanted to turn cartwheels because I'm so happy. So to be honest with you, I really don't know what the workout is for today. I knew I needed to. Yes, I do. I know what the workout is. The workout is when you're at your lowest and you feel the darkness crushing you and you don't see what your next steps are. Remember, you actually have a resilience muscle. It may be dreadfully, dreadfully weak, but it's still there. And you just have to go into training. And the first step on that path to resilience is to remember that you can't take on someone's description of you. Doesn't matter what people describe you as. The only thing that matters is how God defines you. So in honor of Domestic Violence Month, I know I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to deeply, deeply discount the 40 Days to 40 book, Life Lessons from the Ramblings of My Unfiltered Thoughts. Get the ebook version of that for dirt cheap at tuesdayswithtj.com. And the second thing is the first 5 people who actually emails me at tj@tuesdayswithtj.com. I will waive my speaker's fee for the month of October. The first 5 people in October who emails me can have me speak at your event, whether it's virtual, whether you're in another city, you want to do a Skype session, or if you're in the Los Angeles area, you can make it happen. We'll figure something out. And that's what I want to do for the month of October, Domestic Violence Month. So thanks for listening to my journey, listening to my story. And you can reach out to me on Facebook at That Resilience Girl. You can tweet me at Tawan Mercer. But yeah, I'm happy, y'all. I'm happy. So I'll see you right here next Tuesday on Tuesdays with TeeJ. Do not forget to wrap yourself in a great big hug and squeeze real tight and hug yourself for me. I'll see you next week. Bye.